Hey, welcome back, y'all. I'm Gerald David.
And I'm Kitty.
And this is 2Aprons. This week, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, we wanted to go a little bit out of the box. So we're going to give you 3 awesome recipes for side dishes to be able to take to the family and be able to bring people together, because 2020's been hard. You know, these are all comfort food. None of them are healthy. You're lucky. I won the corn toss. No Greek yogurt, all sour cream. If the butter was a little bit more, we added more. We got you. Kitty's going to tell you about our first recipe.
So first off, we're going to do Jalapeno Cheddar Cornbread Muffins.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes,
and of course,
some good carbs.
I got mac and cheese in there. You know, I love my mac and cheese. Can't leave that behind.
So then the other night we were hanging out with our buddy Jordan, and we asked him, we were trying to come up with ideas for like sides, and we asked him what his favorite side was, and he told us about these mashed potatoes his Memaw used to make that had eggs and vinegar in them, and so I was super intrigued. I've never heard anything like this before. And he didn't have any quantities, and his Memaw has passed, so he got the recipe or the ingredients from his mom. And I looked up some recipes online to try and figure it out. Apparently, this is mashed potato salad, which I have never heard of, but sounds incredible. So that is our third recipe tonight.
And you know it's got to be good when it's a hand-me-down recipe. You know what I mean? You know, it's like the exact opposite of hand-me-down clothes. That's how good it is. All right, well, let's go to the box. And as you can see, we could not fit all this in the box. So you got some little spoilers out here. I know. Not a true unboxing. All right, and so the first ingredients we're going to pull out is for the jalapeno cheddar
cornbread
muffins. Man, that's a mouthful. Very first is our dry mix. Kitty's going to tell you what's in this.
So in our dry mix, we have 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda, and a half teaspoon of salt.
Good note. Powder, not soda.
So that's our dry mix for the cornbread muffins.
We have, of course, the jalapenos, and I could not get like one super large jalapeno, so I got like some decent sized ones, and then we'll just chop and we'll just kind of see.
I feel like that first one is probably a big jalapeno.
I've seen bigger, so I didn't know.
Okay.
That's a pretty subjective. I think you said large. I didn't know. I was like, come on, man, you gotta give me a reference point. So we got these guys, and we've already washed our produce, so y'all make sure at home, wash your hands, wash your produce. With jalapenos, go ahead and wash your hands again.
This gives you an idea of what he doesn't think large is.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
All right, what do we got next? I got to check my list. All these are new ingredients for the most part. To my brain, I haven't done this recipe before, so...
New ingredients to his brain.
To my brain.
I like this.
They're not in the filing system. Oh, we have 1 cup of milk.
Yes.
Which is right back here, which I don't want to spill it, so we'll just pull that out of time, but know that you'll need a cup of milk for this recipe.
And we do use whole milk. Again, Thanksgiving, just go for it, y'all.
We, of course, have the large egg, and this large egg, we're going to want to... What was it, Kitty?
We're going to lightly beat it before we add it to the mixture, so we've got it ready to be beaten in our bowl.
That way we don't forget.
Yeah, because you know us, it's possible.
Put that right there.
All the cues.
Then, of course, we have 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Yummy. And this, in fact, needs to be melted before you add it. So we're going to melt that on the skillet in a little bit. Its time will come, as they say. Then, of course, the main ingredient, you know. I know the main, I guess a piece with jalapenos. But we have the cheddar cheese, which is exactly 4 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese for those keeping tabs.
And important in our cheddar cheese jalapeno biscuits.
It
Corn
is.
muffin
It's
biscuits.
very, very important. The next thing we're going to go do ingredients first, then we'll go through the recipes.
Yes.
So for the next recipe, we have for the mac and cheese, which a lot of this is already out here, but here's one of the main stars, of course. I call it top pasta. That's not right. That's wrong. But you know, that's what I call it.
But it is based on the fact that this is tortilla pasta, which is Italian, and based on the idea that it looks like a spinning top, right? You
It does.
kind of see it. Like, you get that, right? So, Gerald David calls it top pasta just for the ease of, you know.
That's right.
Communication.
Right here. And then what is next? Okay, so now we have 2 tablespoons of butter, which we have right here. Boom. Then we have the dry mix, which is the it's the little one. This one. No. This is for the cornbread.
Right.
This is for the. It's very tiny. You don't need much. This is. Let me pull it up. 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. That's that little bit of coloration you see right there. Boom, pow.
you like me now?
That's right.
I have to do it every time he says that. He knows this. I don't know why he does
This one will also get 1 cup of milk, whole milk or skim, depending on how. I'm messing with y'all. It's whole milk. It's always going to be whole milk.
Or skim.
Yeah, that's not. That's when you're like, send help, please, like I've been kidnapped. That's not something I would ever say. Then, of course, we get down to the good stuff, which is our sour cream. Yummy, yummy.
Not Greek yogurt, although you can use that as a replacement.
No, I don't know
but
what she's talking
that
about.
is sour cream.
The sour cream deliciousness. We got 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. Boom, pow. We got some Monterey Jack cheese. Boom, pow. How much Monterey Jack
It's a
we
half
got?
cup.
Half cup Monterey Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to sprinkle this on top kind of as a garnish, but also because, cheese.
Right.
Parmesan cheese. A little bit of a different type of cheese. So we've got 3 cheeses going into this deliciousness.
Because why have one when you can have 3?
That's kind of what's my thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
No, y'all know I am like a super fan of cheese. I will eat my weight in cheese. Like, no joke. So, this is all, like, I'm totally good with this. But
Now what we come down to is Memaw's mashed potato salad.
Memaw's mashed potato salad.
And so, of course, for that, we have the potatoes right here. This might be a little bit too many potatoes. You can kind of scale this down or up, however you want. These are Yukon Gold potatoes.
So we're using the Yukon Gold, like Gerald David said. Basically, because we didn't have any quantities, like the recipe I got was literally like potatoes, mayo, onion, vinegar, a little bit of sugar, salt, and pepper. I looked up online just to see kind of quantities, and so the recipe I decided to go with was 6 Yukon Gold potatoes, which we're guessing this is kind of the equivalent of, because this is what the store had. So,
And it's all right if you have a little bit too much. It's okay. It's okay. You taste it as you go.
You can always season to the size of your recipe. So if you need more, that's fine. Again, like you want to start on the lesser side because you can always add. But yeah, if you need more, that's never a problem.
And remember, it's mashed potatoes, so you should probably be adding more butter anyway.
More of everything.
Then, of course, we get onion, because they had that listed. We're going to only use half of it, but they don't.
Yeah, that's a huge
They wouldn't
onion.
sell me half, so here we are with that.
And this is why we couldn't fit everything in the box, guys. As you can see, we're getting a little out of control with the 3 recipes.
Right. It as well needed butter, which I think this is 2 tablespoons of.
So there's not butter in the original recipe. It was probably in
Is this
the
butter
internet
for the
one I sent you.
No, this might be butter for the other recipe. No, this is for it.
Too.
Well, we have extra butter.
We're gonna,
We have extra butter.
Extra
we'll find
butter
a home
is never a bad thing.
We'll find a home for that.
For sure.
Because to me, it's like mashed potatoes. How does it not have butter? That probably just blew my mind.
Because it has mayo.
All right. And then so we're going to have 1 teaspoon of vinegar right here. You can't really see down in there, but trust me, it's in there.
And then in our other little cup, we have a teaspoon of sugar. We're probably going to start with about half of that just because I'm not a huge fan of like sweet, savory items.
You're not?
No, I'm not. And then we have 3 hard-boiled eggs that we're going to chop up and put in there.
We already have these hard-boiled.
Yes.
Sorry we cheated a little bit. You're going to have to do this.
All you do is boil water.
7 minutes.
Take a spoon, gently place the eggs in the water, the boiling water, let them go for 7 minutes. Pull out, bathe them in cold water, and then peel them.
That part's easy. And also, if you bathe them in cold water, it makes it really easy to peel these. This one, I did not do that with, and you can tell. You can tell. This is the Scarface. We love him just the same.
He's a little sad that chopped up, he'll be fine.
He will. We'll put that right here. I think that's all our ingredients.
Well, we have mayo that we didn't get out beforehand, apparently. We're going to use 1 cup of mayo.
So then, what do we want to
You
put
could do
there?
like,
Put it in this
like
guy.
one of those. Yeah.
1 cup of mayonnaise. Boom, boom.
Thank you.
I'll get rid of this guy because, we need room and space and whatnot.
Woo! Our water is bubbling away for our potatoes and pasta.
And I'll go ahead and start cutting the potatoes.
Sounds like a plan while I get this
Because
mayo
that seems to be
situation
the
going.
next step. Shaboom. So here very shortly we're going to add the macaroni, we're going to add the potatoes, but the potatoes you're going to want to cut a little bit. Now these are so small, I think we're only going to have to cut them in half.
Do you know what our cup measure is right quick? You could quarter
This one?
but yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes.
Shaboom.
Perfect.
I didn't know I knew. I just always knew I knew.
You're such a Jedi.
I love it when I meet people like randomly and I'm like, are you the one the legacies foretold? It just makes their life have more meaning for all 30 seconds.
Oh,
and then,
he does this to random people on the street. He just walks up to them and says this and then like with a straight face walks away. It's hilarious actually.
especially at the bar. Like, have you ever just whispered, you are the chosen one? And just see them light up? Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Giving people purpose. Or just being weird. I'm just supporting both of those things.
We are huge fans of both of those.
That's right. So just cutting these down in half. These will just kind of make these get softer quicker. The bigger the potato, the smaller you want to cut it. But it also just depends on what kind of texture. There's got to be 8 million recipes on how to do this, but this is my favorite one now because it's Memaw's. You know if it's a Memaw recipe, it's going to be good. It's got a legacy of awesome to it.
And the thing is, so my buddy Jordan, I was asking him some specifics because initially I wasn't sure if the eggs went in hard-boiled or not. And I kept trying to figure out how they would cook if they weren't.
Fair point.
But then he clarified that for me. But he also told me today, he's like, if you make this correctly, it will change your life. Which is super unfair because then if it doesn't change my life, it just means I didn't make it correctly.
Well, and I don't think we'll really know until he tastes it. He's got the nostalgia taste buds. You know what I mean? Those member berries, if I want to steal something from pop culture.
I'm terrified to have him taste it, y'all.
At this point, we're good to go. We're going to add these potatoes. We're going to set a timer. I think it's for 17 minutes. Is that correct?
I think, yes, 17 minutes.
Boom, pow.
Right. That was some panache right there. Right? Some showmanship.
Now the macaroni is much shorter time. This gets set for what is it, 7-8 minutes?
Yeah, 7 to 9 minutes. So we'll do it for about 8.
Boom.
And we've got what? And again, that was not technically macaroni. That was tortellini, Italian pasta. But
that's a little too swanky. So we're just gonna call it mac and cheese for
just
the ease.
Tell your family it's mac and cheese so they'll eat it. You know.
That's right. But no, for like buying purposes, it's I guess important that you know what it is.
You start throwing around words like tortellini, they get a little weird sometimes.
That's right. That's right. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of. I like that.
Yeah, that's some mayo right there. You ain't playing around.
If you want to go ahead and start cutting the jalapenos.
Absolutely. I feel like there's a lot of jalapenos, but
you don't have to use them all. Whatever you think, really. We like things pretty spicy. We do. But remember, with peppers, you're not guaranteed a level of heat. They might underwhelm you. They might blow your socks off. They're a little bit like a blind date. They are. You don't really know what you're getting. Your friend talked them up. You kind of got an idea, but you don't really know. There's no promises made. So peppers can be kind of random like that.
But the most important thing if you're working with a hot pepper and you want to try not to blow out your taste buds is to de-seed it.
Yes.
Because that is
the seeds do carry a lot of the heat. Which conversely, you know, if you want to add that heat, let's say you're in a chili cook-off and that heat's something that you're going after, keep those in.
If you want to blow out the judge's palate for every other chili they taste, yeah, leave those seeds in.
The chili cook-offs though, they get brutal.
And again, when you're working with peppers, you always want to make sure that A, you never touch a pepper and then touch your eyes, because that's a problem. And B, you always want to wash your hands directly after working with them.
I think that's fair. While she does that, I'm going to start mixing up the cornbread batter right here. Now let me read what to do because I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. Memaw's mashed potato salad. You kind of just describe what you're cutting into there. So you did the D shape, you cut it in half, and
so I just I cut off both ends just a little bit, and now I've sliced it in half. I took out the seeds and the ribs, which the ribs are just a little white piece inside. You don't have to go full OCD on it, but you just kind of want to get those out because they don't have a lot of flavor. They're not great. And then I'm just slicing it very thinly into little half moon shapes. Per the instructions.
It's at this point where we're now going to melt the butter, which I believe is this one for the cornbread.
Yes, it is. That is 4 tablespoons of butter.
Yummy, yummy butter. And I don't want to really brown it, so we're going to put it on a 3, kind of a medium-low-ish. That falls under Know Your Oven. Practice, experiment.
But
just
if you
buy a lot of butter, have extra.
If you're not sure, low and slow is better than high and trying to do it 3 times.
It is. So, because we'll add that butter and we'll add an egg to that. Flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, oil, bowl, whisk together. Oh, not the egg. Not the egg.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we do. Milk, egg, and the melted butter.
Not on the skillet, though.
No, not on the skillet.
Butter is melted.
Where is the... oh, here it is. Now, I'll need the whisk first, I guess. Now, is this the egg that we want beaten? That is the egg we want light beaten. So I will do that first.
That egg?
You should have paid your bills.
That egg was bad. We're going to teach it in split. No, just kidding.
It's all in the lessons of growing.
So I'm going to do 2 jalapenos. This first one, I'm going to chop up a little bit more because it gets mixed in with the batter.
Now remember, we're going to leave some of that for garnish.
Well, that's what I was going to do the second one for.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'm just reminding our audience as much as I am
chop this
myself.
one down smaller. Even though I know it doesn't call for that, I feel like these are really big pieces to get mixed in with batter.
Oh yeah.
Like
What
that
do you
just
think? You
seems
know how it
insane
is.
to me. If I found one of these in a muffin, I would be startled. So.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to bite it and have it pull out and then have the whole thing just fall apart.
Exactly.
You know?
So I'm chopping these up like way smaller to go in the actual batter, and then I'll chop this one to put like a little bit of garnish on top.
I think that's fair. That looks yummy. I mean, really, it's only the garnish one that you want to be like a full circle or whatever, half circle.
Yeah, half moon.
So that way when people look at it, like, oh, jalapenos in this. I'm impressed. It's like, yes, I bet you are. So here together, I'm lightly whisking, very gently beating the egg. That looks about ready. How's the melted butter coming? That's looking pretty yumlicious. We're not quite there. You got a little bit, boom, but we're getting there. It's doing its thing. Noodles are about 3 minutes away from being done. The egg is ready. So I think I can go ahead and add the egg and the milk. I'm just going to double check.
Our jalapenos have gotten down to a much more manageable size.
Have they?
Oh yeah.
Here's that cup of milk we told you about. And this is actually one volume cup, even though it happened to fit in one cup. Don't be confused. You might pull out like a Route 44 cup and be like, wow, you just one cup. And it's like, okay, man, I got
He
you.
did measure it, y'all.
I did.
With a cup measure.
The
Going over here to
yep.
DC.
I'm gonna then put in the I'm gonna show them this, I guess. Come around back.
Yep.
I'm behind you, as they say. Boom, got that in. Gonna add the egg. Guess I'll do that right here. And that butter should be ready pretty soon. I'm gonna go ahead and just start whisking this together. Oh, that's gonna be really good. I love cornbread, and I know this isn't hot water cornbread, but it's still gonna be delicious. I know there's traditionalists out there just shaking their
What
heads.
is
like,
the difference between, like, I am not a cornbread, I was raised in the South, but like, y'all, seriously, we did not do that level of cooking. So
I know,
what is
right?
hot water cornbread.
I don't really know, but I know it's what all the grandmas around here do.
But you know this ain't it. All right.
That's
All that matters.
All right, the butter is melted. Let me get right here for just a second, Kitty.
Absolutely.
Just right there. Then I'm gonna add this
I'm just
butter.
making garnish. He's doing the important stuff.
Well, it's just time sensitive. Is all.
Absolutely.
Is
And
what
you
that
didn't
came
brown
down
that.
to.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So that was a nice low, and you just kind of keep an eye on it. You know, just kind of play with it and do your thing. Oh,
So we're not gonna
watch your hand though. I don't want to burn you though. I don't trust this enough. So, yeah. Just be aware of that. This is hot.
It's supposed to be stirred in, so try to stir it as you're
But you
pouring
can.
that in.
I don't trust it though. Be safe. The recipe doesn't call for harm. Put this back here. The pan's now buttered. Get rid of this onion. Just kind of get that out of the way.
So
Oh,
we
good
have
job, Kitty.
incorporated the beautiful melted butter in
That
there.
looks so good.
And we need what? The egg and milk?
We already did the egg and milk.
Oh, are they already in here?
Yep.
Wow, I was working with peppers for
you
a minute
were.
there.
She's
Jeez.
in that pepper zen.
In the zone. Y'all know prep makes me go into a zen space.
It
so.
does. It does. So pretty soon,
Right.
boom.
Gonna overwork it.
Get your muffin tin. Put your fancy muffin liners, or just butter them. If you don't have liners, I got you. Just butter them. This makes it a little bit easier. Christmas time. Keeping things a little bit. You'll pick up the bowl.
Yes.
We'll set this down here. Oops, scoot that guy just a little over. We'll kind of get in where we fit in. You know how we do it,
All
y'all.
the ingredients, y'all.
That's right.
Put this there right quick.
Oh, yep. Timer going off.
What is
Those
that?
are the noodles, y'all. So we'll get the strainer, and you'll dump those noodles out into here.
Look at my man multitasking. It's so sexy when a man cooks. I love it.
I try.
He is hot, y'all.
Ooh,
And he's
all right.
mine, so hands off.
She's like, hiya.
He's right. I will fight you.
So we got the noodles, looking tender, looking good. Depends, and again, that's another taste of, kind of up to you, a little subjective. Does this want to be al dente? Does this want to be a little softer, a little harder? That's kind of on your preference. We have found this works good and it's quite a crowd pleaser.
We do usually follow the package directions, to be fair, so.
We do. We're not too far off the cuff, but again, just saying, feel free to adjust.
Yeah. If you know Aunt Gertrude's dentures aren't going to stand up to al dente, go ahead and cook it a little longer.
And Kitty, I'll hold this. If you start to scoop it in, we'll go ahead and get this in the oven.
Absolutely. All right.
And be a little bit small on the small side because I don't think we have enough. So we'll do small dabs and then go back and fill in.
And that's pretty small because typically with a muffin tin, you want to have it about 3/4 of the way full.
Mm-hmm.
And this honestly said that it makes about 9 full size.
So we may not get
So
the
not
12,
12,
here.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Did you put the? You didn't put the cheese in.
What do you mean?
You didn't put the cheese in. They're cheddar cheese jalapeno, and you didn't put the jalapenos in.
Nope, she caught me. She caught me. I did. All right.
All right, guys. Here's how we remedy this. We always have extra muffin things.
Yep.
And we're just gonna dump this back in and then remix. It's not. Yeah, just scrape that out. There we go.
Skipped viable steps. Keep it over the bowl though, even when I push it away.
And we lost 6 muffin wraps, which is not a big deal.
We might even be able to reuse them. See if you can't just put it back in there.
No, it's.
You can't try because I don't know if we have more. Like this might be the only ones.
We have more.
Okay.
Here,
Oh, there we go. That looks much more like it.
Much more like cheddar jalapeno, huh?
There we go. There we go. Yeah, with cheddar and jalapenos. I was about to give some politician cornbread filled with promises never meant to be kept.
All right, so here we go. Second try, second take.
Yep.
On the. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks phenomenal.
You can tell it's starting to get hot here in this kitchen. I've had to go
Woo, yeah.
open something up, let a little heat out. Whew.
He's had to go full Thanksgiving cooking, y'all.
These are the sacrifices we make for y'all. Y'all don't know, but we have to turn the AC off in order to film and not have it be like, and this is how you make cheddar bake. See, it's not even cheddar. I don't even know how to pretend to fake do it.
Cheddar jalapeno.
That's
you
right.
really want some bacon in there,
I
guys.
do. I am. I'm just like, why is there no bacon? I don't understand. I promised unhealthy alternatives.
There's cheddar, there's jalapeno. Why is there no
and
bacon?
clothes, vegetarian, whatever. Oh, these are looking great though, and it looks like we will have enough with our extra secret cupcake papers that she had hidden somewhere. She knows.
That's right.
I would have secretly made cupcakes in the middle
Yeah, I
of the
was
night.
going to say, I hide them from him for a reason.
That looks great.
I make him cupcakes. He's not like
That's
wanting
true.
y'all,
That's
okay?
True. That's true. That looks really, really good.
There we go.
And how long are those going to go in the oven for?
So I think those are going to go in for about 20 minutes, but I could be wrong about it. I could be
No, double
hallucinating
check because
that.
I don't remember either.
15 to 20 minutes, yeah.
I think I put 17 on there.
Perfect.
Because again, you want to check it a little bit early. It's the first one, yeah. Or what? Yeah, that's fine. So that's going. Awesome. I think we can start on the
mac and cheese.
sauce for the mac and cheese.
We've got our not macaroni. We've got our tortellini pasta cooked, and now we're gonna do the cheese sauce.
Cheese sauce, which involves a roux, which we almost never get to do.
A roux, yes, that's right.
I made it rhyme.
Which starts with 2 tablespoons of butter. Where did that go?
It's up there. Yep, yep.
I was like, I saw it. This little pat is 2 tablespoons. How cute is that? Like, I love it. Okay.
And the butter we buy has it measured, so you just kind of layer it out, and then you just cut where it tells you to, and you got it.
So we've got that eye on low to melt the butter.
And it's important not to boil it.
Yes.
This is really important to low and slow rather than Uncle Buck style running late.
So we've mixed our flour, salt, and garlic powder together, and we've set it aside in this tiny little cup. So it's just a little bit of dry mix there. We're going to melt the butter over medium heat, which actually I have it on low because that pan's kind of already hot. We don't want to boil it or brown
We
it.
have baked goods going, so it's like extra overload. A lot of heat coming off over here.
Then we're going to add our flour mixture and whisk it all together to combine. All right, so then we're going to add our dry mix, which again is flour, salt, and garlic powder. We're going to whisk that in for a minute. Then we're going to add milk, whisk that in until it's smooth. Add sour cream, not Greek yogurt, although you can substitute that to be healthier.
No. Bacon, extra butter, and then more butter, and then no Greek yogurt.
And then Uncle George dies of a heart attack. Like, come on.
He should have worked out, but he enjoyed that life.
But
There's something to be said about living in the moment.
He did have a good last day. Anyway.
Oh, what we got?
I don't know.
That's the potatoes.
So we've got a colander. We're going to go ahead and add our noodles to our casserole dish in which they will be finished.
And thank you, Kitty. I'm just trying to clean as we go. We've let the dishes pile up, so some of these will need
There we
again.
go.
So just trying to catch up.
All right. No, that's going to be perfect. I'm sorry. I have another dish for you.
Well, we'll have to pull the potatoes out now and put this in it right now.
Got the potatoes out.
Just, yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, I forgot how colanders work. The water comes out the bottom. Don't do that over your oven. Tip that should probably be number 1. Don't pour water on your electric oven.
We're still looking at the butter. The butter is totally melted.
That's ready. So time to add the flour and that garlic powder.
I'm turning
and
that.
Salt. There's salt in there.
Yes. I'm turning the eye that the butter is on up till about medium high. And I'm going to add our dry mix, which is, again, flour, garlic powder, and salt. And I'm going to whisk that in.
And speaking of salt, remember when you're boiling things, add a little pinch of salt to that water. I don't know if we said that earlier or not. What do you need, baby?
The whisk.
You. Yep, there you go.
Thank you. Perfect timing. All right, so we're just going to sprinkle this in. And then we're going to whisk it until it's smooth.
Whisk it. Whisk
Get
it.
this couple let go of my finger. There we go.
That's like what the little devil on my shoulder always says. Whisk it.
All right, so we've got this smooth already. I've whisked this in. That is good to go. I believe our next addition is sour cream or Greek yogurt if you want to be healthy. But in this case, sour cream. It says cook for 1 minute until mixture is slightly brown. And I'm going to whisk in milk.
Yep, there you go.
And I have some over here already. This mixture is slightly brown. I feel like.
Yeah. Just turn the heat down then if
No.
It said don't let it brown.
I just know it said until the mixture is slightly brown.
I'm mixing up recipes, y'all. I'm mixing up recipes.
So it's good. We're going to whisk this just a little more because it hasn't cooked for nearly a minute yet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add some milk. That's going good. So we'll get the milk in there.
Yummy. So you added the milk. Now it's about time to add the sour cream. But you do the milk for 1 minute. Has that been on for 1 minute?
Probably about 40 seconds. So we'll give it a little bit more.
Because that's what you're putting on. You're going to do this for about 1 minute. And then it says you're going to add the sour cream. And you whisk until smooth. Then cook on medium-high heat until the mixture is thickened. So you're going to add that. And you're going to whisk it until smooth. But you're going to leave it for like 3 or 5 minutes.
Can you get that? Is that the? Yeah. Can you get the sour cream in there for me?
Oh,
That's
this is
the sour cream. Yeah.
That's like going to be a tricky one. You might want to test this before you throw it in there and make sure.
But if you could go ahead and
Oh, is it that time?
Yeah. Thank y'all. He's such a good sous chef, and he doesn't drink wine, so probably even better.
There you go. Boom, boom.
We're going to whisk that in until smooth.
Oh, that's going to look
And
so
until
good.
it thickens for 3 to 5 minutes. So if you want to set a timer for that,
Yep,
that would
3
probably
to
be
5 is
helpful.
exactly what I was about to say.
Thank you, baby.
We'll do it for 4
Yeah.
because she's kind of right there with it. And that's the one you do not want to let boil.
I'm actually going to turn this down a little because it's kind of wanting to bubble if I stop whisking at all. So we're going to lower that heat a little bit.
Because that's the difference between burning it and just getting it to thicken. Because it is possible to do both. You can burn it and still thicken it. So you got to make sure you're not doing one and trying to speed up the other. I can start mashing the potatoes and get that going.
Absolutely, you can.
So
Grab
I'm going to
those
move
suckers.
this over here.
Well done.
I think I need a towel. And just go ahead and put it down there, I guess.
Okay.
Dang, this is really hot.
All right. Here,
I
I'm
might
gonna...
have to just set it anywhere and I can set this down.
There you go. That way it's like quadrupled over.
Boom. So what am I going to add to the potatoes? I know mayonnaise is going to be the last thing. I know I'm going to add onions.
You're going to add the onion. You're going to add some vinegar and the mayonnaise, like you
Salt
said
and
last.
pepper.
And the salt and pepper. And
Salt.
sugar.
There we go. Let me get a little something to get some of the last bit out. Not all of that came out. Let me just... Boom. Salt. A little bit of pepper.
That was the sugar.
Was that?
Actually, yeah, that was the sugar. I didn't actually have salt sitting out.
Oh, did you not?
Nope.
But the sugar went in there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, put the sugar in. Hopefully not by accident. Meaningful, with intent. Put the sugar in. Then we're going to do salt. But I got pepper in my hand, so we're going to do pepper right now. Oh, that's right. We're going to tell them what the setup was called. What was the fancy word for this? When you get everything organized and you plan on the front end, bakers have a fancy like, ooh, look at me.
It's a French term. It's called mise en place, and it means
mise en place. Yeah, meat place.
to get everything in order. To get everything in order. So it's when you get all set up to get all of your ingredients together and everything, so that you're you're very like organized in what you're doing.
It really helps when managing multiple recipes. And it helps even more if it's for large quantities, the more people.
And again, because even though he put the sugar in and thought it was salt, it was still the right thing because we had all of the ingredients for that recipe right there together.
I knew it went with this recipe.
Yep.
So I might have added it at the wrong time, but hopefully you make mistakes like I do. Ones you can fix. Or you learn to buy extra ingredients.
Or ones that have no bad consequences, like that one. So.
Well, you can add sugar to anything. You ain't hurting it. Especially that tiny bit.
Not true.
That's
don't add sugar to anything.
And then a little bit of salt. How much salt do these potatoes get?
Just to taste. Salt and pepper.
So I'm just going to add some to just start it off.
You've also got the onion and vinegar going in there.
Boom. All right. Will you slide the onion in here as I hold this?
Absolutely. Let's
slide
cut
it in.
that up a lot smaller.
I like chunks of onion, so I don't really understand
the
this.
The onion is raw, okay? And while yellow onion is a mild flavor, those pieces, unless you, and we like raw onion, but
I do.
other family members, unless you just absolutely love raw onion.
Why are we thinking of them? I'm bringing this to keep me whole during their interactions.
Right.
This is how I deal with family.
So I am now going to, because this is getting very thick.
Boom.
I'm going to come over here.
Yep, do it,
I'm going to add the cheese.
Are you? Ooh, that is getting nice and thick. Look at
Yeah,
this.
please whisk that while I'm doing this thing.
Oh, that's getting real thick. So I'm going to show these guys. So what they pretty much say is you do it till it sticks to the spatula. And so I'll get a spatula to demonstrate more precisely, you know. So what they say is just kind of do this, and if it coats, boom, and it does. That's yummy. That's what you want. That's how that's supposed to look.
So when that happens, which it has. Oh yeah, that is.
This is perfect. Yeah.
All right, put it back on here. We're gonna reduce the heat to low, and I'm gonna add the cheese.
Adds a little bit. I'm gonna let that eye cool down just a little bit, so it doesn't. So add a little bit whilst I hold it for you. There you go. And what we're doing is just letting the eye cool down a little bit because this is perfect. So if we threw it back on, I'm afraid it might whatever. In about a minute or about 20 seconds, that eye will cool down a little bit, and I won't feel it's a threat.
And y'all, slow and low, always better, like we said.
It is. I'm gonna put this over here because it's drippy.
His wrist strength is impressive, you guys. This is not like the lightest pan ever, especially with me like bearing down on a whisk on it.
But it's for mac and cheese. So again, you know what I mean? It's all about motivation, prioritization, and you know, it's mac and cheese.
It's like those people who get superhuman strength in emergencies.
If mac and cheese was stuck under a semi truck, that truck would be moved.
There you go.
I don't care if I had to dig out the asphalt with my teeth. Well, I mean, good mac and cheese. Some Arnold's mac and cheese. Some of that ooh la la Memaw's mac and cheese, maybe. Oh, that's doing nicely. Now I think we're at that point where I can set it back down in the eye. Boom, i.e. my wrist hurts. So we're gonna go back to the potatoes. So boom, with the smaller. If you'll slide those in just real quick.
Yeah.
Just to help me out. Just scoop them in. I don't care if some hit the floor. That doesn't even matter. You just scoop those in. Boom.
I think that's enough.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Boom.
stop here.
So we added the onions, and then what else do I add? The butter?
No, there is no butter in that recipe.
But I have. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
I know,
yeah, no butter,
it's hard.
No butter.
I know.
Yeah, no butter.
So you're going to add the vinegar, and you're going to add the mayo. And then we're going to chop up the eggs at some point and add those.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Chopped up eggs. So I'll do that. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and have you mash these now, and then we'll get to the eggs in just momentarily.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Boom.
And this recipe is not super specific. Even the one I found online, it's like mix everything together. So use your common sense. If you don't want the eggs super smashed, like, you know, mash up everything and then add them.
That's right.
As David just made the call to do. You can always take a recipe and make it your own, you know?
I was trying to do this and show y'all, but that's not really working. I'm going to have to set it down to right here.
He used all of his wrist strength on the mac and cheese, guys.
Well, it's just like, there's not like a good place to set it, but I want to get camera. Boom. You can tell this is a little bit ambitious. Now that we have a lot going on. We're used to doing like one recipe that's very well organized.
Yeah, I was going to say, we usually do one, we're doing 3, y'all.
Going out of the box has its risks, y'all. Take a spoon back, or a fork. I guess that's usually what they say is use a fork.
Yeah, or if you have a potato tamper, you can use that. We don't have one, so a fork is what we would typically use to mash that.
Fork. Where is a fork? You don't have a fork? You have a fork. There we go. I know, cheesy. Like a Wisconsin stepdad, just cheesy. There we go. Boom, getting that good. And this onions smell good. And you're right, that's probably way too many. Onions even,
Even for us, really?
Yeah, even for us.
I have cheese on my forehead. I'm sorry.
You probably do.
I did. I definitely.
I'm definitely working up a sweat, which you kind of should. It's Thanksgiving. Put some effort, put some love into it. Your family's worth it.
That is what Jordan told me. The biggest thing, the biggest ingredient, the ingredient that was needed most in his Memaw's mashed potato salad was. He texted me today and was like, "Love."
Yes.
Gotta add love.
Boom, this is looking good. Those Yukon Gold potatoes coming out good.
Yukon Gold are my favorite, y'all.
They are mine too.
They're so good.
I just like the flavors, you know, that really kind of pop with them.
Mellow. Buttery. They're naturally buttery. That's what I like about them, I think.
And I'm doing this so that way the eggs kind of stay chunky when I add them. They're not going to get as mashed as the potatoes will. Kind of keeping those pieces intact, but letting this potato get nice and silky smooth. Are we good on these jalapenos?
Yeah, the
This guy will
jalapenos
get
are.
saved.
We did not put the ones on top, but that's okay.
Oh, well here, let me do that real quick.
All right.
That's something we can do easy peasy.
I'm gonna pull this off and add it to the cheese because I think it's about as smooth as
Oh
it's.
man, these are looking good. This is called sneak peek, y'all. We've got to be quick. Boom.
Gorgeous, darling. Oh, they're already cracked on top.
They are.
How much longer do they have in there?
I don't know. That's kind of burning through that little towel.
1:30. Probably good to pull them out. We'll garnish them after.
Then I kind of wanted to poke them in a little bit. Let me just try this real quick if I can pull it off.
Alrighty.
I don't know if I can or not.
Behind.
Yep. I can't move though, so you just have to. I cannot. It's too late. But you can kind of tell the chunks are big enough. Man, I just wanted bacon in these. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just preconceived with the idea of bacon, y'all.
My wrist is not as strong as his, so I'm going to add this cheese and then mix that up because, wow.
And I'm going to look to see what goes on the potatoes next. So I'm feeling useful. Oh, wow, look at that.
You want to help mix this in? That looks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got you on that. And for this one, we use Mighty Spoon.
You have that spatula.
I know, but I like that one. That's what
No, I
use.
meant to help scrape this out.
Oh,
so we get
yeah.
all of the
Yeah, I don't.
cheesy
Here, I'll
goodness
just.
out. It's fine.
Yeah, I was going to look up something else.
Ah,
I got this.
thank you.
Yep. If you will now look at the potatoes, they need attention.
Yes. What are we doing?
Move those to the oven real quick just to get it off of here for a second because the heat. There we go. There we go. And the reason I do that is I don't know how hot that is versus the towel. I want to kind of protect the tabletop a little bit. Wash your hands so I can set this down. Yep, you're good. Use that if you. Oh, I was going to use this to.
Yeah,
Stir
get
it
that
in.
all mixed in.
Don't want to slosh it in.
Incorporated as the recipe
Fold
says.
it in as we learned in episode.
Fold in the cheese.
Was that episode 5? You gotta fold it in. What does fold it in do, baby?
That is the cornbread.
That's for our Schitt's Creek fans. And if you don't know what that show is, like,
Look it up.
how did you get internet? Like,
Right.
how does that work? Like,
Fantastic.
that's us pop culture shaming. Don't do it. Don't be me. You can be better. No, I can't say the rest. I'll get sued. But
Oh.
there we go. Look how good this is turning out. Look how. Oh, I'm making a mess. It's getting dangerous. Okay, so what else goes in the mac and cheese?
I think that's
If
it.
you'll look at the recipe for us, I'll stick that back in
Sure,
there. I was
that's
trying to
it.
go rogue. Mm.
Yeah, you let it cool for 3 to 5 minutes until, well, that cheese
And we
sauce
just
doesn't
garnish
need
with
to thicken,
Parmesan?
but that's it. Yeah,
All
garnish
right.
with Parm.
I will garnish with the Parmesan now. Officially making it our 3 cheese mac and cheese. Yummy.
All right, so I think we're ready for the mayo and the mashed potato salad.
Well, I need
That sounds
I need
probably
these
good.
cut is what's
Oh,
going up.
the eggs. Gotcha.
So I need to clean up this a little bit. We're
Okay.
kind of getting a little bit behind. If you can help me with that.
We're getting very
Um,
messy, guys.
We are. Oh, and this is me remembering that we also want to use some of the Colby Jack for garnish
We may have to
on
garnish
top.
that, yeah.
So boom, just like this. Just lightly, it will kind of finish cooking, give it a little bit of a garnish look. And this is me covering my mistake because we should have added this to the cheese sauce.
We were going to.
We
but
were. We just put that
And
up there to
actually,
save.
it's hot enough that if we incorporated it, it would
No,
probably
because
melt fine.
that was extra cheese anyway. The recipe only charged shit, and this looks really good. So I think we're just gonna kind of let that roll.
All right.
Because that's
I
like, you
it.
know, you want to be flexible in life. Nothing's gonna really go down. And the vinegar needs to be added to the potatoes too, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So I'm gonna add
didn't
this
realize that
to the
hadn't been.
potatoes. Boom. Again, that's the good thing about the meat and
Mise en-
paws. What did you call it? Yeah,
Mise en place?
cub paws, adoptapaws. It's something like that, but it's keeping organized.
Mise en place.
Yeah, that's what I said. Meat and pads.
Yeah. If you ever talk to Gerald David, you will know he's half joking about the whole making up words thing.
Half joking. That's
Half
a great way
joking.
of putting it. That's a great way of putting it. So now I need to chop these eggs once she's got a little bit of a surface for
There you
me.
go.
Boom, look at
And while you do
this.
that, I'm going to clean some of this in the background here.
I like it. Now do the egg yolks go in?
Yes, I'll let it
Alright.
chop it all up, throw it all in.
And I want to kind of keep these chunks, so I'm going to chop them. I'm going to chop them pretty rough,
Well,
pretty
because
big.
the onions are so chunky, that's probably very fair for this.
And I cut them down, they're not super chunky. Look at how she's getting jugged in my chunk. Jugged in my chunk.
Those onions are still pretty chunky.
Boom. How's this look, kitty?
I'd cut them down a little bit more.
A little bit
That's
more,
still pretty
alright. She knows more about Memaw standards.
big.
So we're going to keep it to her rule. Boom. And now how about them biscuits? Oh, wait, I got them out.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
So is there anything else we need to do other than... I can try... Oh, that's right. These wouldn't stick in. But I can kind of put them up there a little bit
Yeah.
for the jalapeno part. How do these look now? I'll cut it down a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit more, so they're like, you know, medium chopped.
Well, I'm also
There
going to
you go.
stir them
That's
in.
going.
I'm also going to stir them in.
That's getting
So
more where
I'm
I
afraid
like
they'll
it.
break down in there as well. I don't want to overdo it. Will you scoop these in for me so I can hold this?
Sure.
Boom.
Rinse my hands off there.
Oh, we're getting close. Pile of ingredients turned into delicious food. Boom. Let me come back over here.
Once he gets that clean, we'll get that mayonnaise added in here because it's going to add some much needed moisture.
Ooh, yummy. You need that now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we doing that to the potatoes?
Yeah.
Boom.
Do you want to put them on a towel over here so they can kind of see?
I
All
like
right.
that. Now that it's
Cool
ready
down
for
a little bit.
presentation. Oh yes, and cool down. I'm not worried about burning my beautiful cutting board.
There we go.
You know you cook a lot when you're like attached to your stuff. When you're like, you know what I mean? Like how you are with your like, you know, your car tools and stuff. You like you remember if someone didn't return it. So this is a lot of mayonnaise. How much mayonnaise is this?
1 cup.
All right, 1 cup. Boom.
Trust me, all it needs a hit of moisture based on what I was just adding and stirring. It'll be good.
And I didn't add quite all of it. I left a little bit over to add just so that way I could stir it in, and because you can't take it out. Oh man, look at this.
Y'all, I rubbed off on him. Did you see him be healthy there and
No,
not
that
add
wasn't a
all
healthy
the
call.
mayo?
That was a taste call.
Did you see him not add all the mayo? See?
That was a taste call.
I did.
Oh, this is looking good. So we got that mac and cheese going. Let's get that guy up here. Boom. Get this guy back over here.
And look, here's the other thing about the mac and cheese. Your family probably doesn't know the recipe because if you're getting it off our show, you didn't know it until now either.
That's
So
true.
just don't tell them you screwed it up. Tell them that's exactly how it's supposed to be. They won't know.
That's true. Tell them
little
it was
secret.
their destiny. That it was foretold by the prophecy.
Tell 'em that. Man, they're
No,
gonna think
people
you're
like
so
that.
weird.
You gotta wait till the 4th beer, but people like it.
They're not randos at bars. Just tell them you did it correctly.
Getting this guy over here.
I'm so excited about our Thanksgiving food, y'all.
It's looking really good. It's coming out. It's coming out. We're getting it together. Getting it
There
together. Boom. Shoop. All right. So what else is there? Kind of mix this in.
Oh yeah, mix that in. So we've basically broken every cardinal rule of cooking, which is everything is the same color. But again, that is because we are not making anything healthy right now.
That's true.
Everything is the same color because it's all carbs and comfort food, which for Thanksgiving is okay.
Well, and I don't judge things by their color, so I just like to eat.
And if any of your relatives say you eat with your eyes first, just tell them they're not allowed to have your food then. Okay.
Well, and I honestly think eat with your nose first. Because that's how you sell barbecue. People will follow their nose and grab their wallet on their way.
Valid.
They will. They will. If you'll kind of finish that up and plate it into the thing, I'm going to catch up on these.
What do you want me to plate it on?
Put it in the dish.
Oh, yes.
That way, because, something to take it there, too, you
My
know.
bad. So,
Memaws.
as we do have some dishes here, if you go to any, basic supermarket in your area, they're probably going to have some, cookware that you can put this in that's not too expensive.
Or Goodwill is a great place where you get high-end, like Pyrex and good stuff for very cheap because everyone has it. And
just
no one needs 8 of it.
make sure you wash that really
yeah.
well before you...
Dude, even if you buy it brand new, wash
That's
it really
true.
well. Because it just sat in some random warehouse in Beijing. So even if it's American-made, warehouse in Pennsylvania, whatever, wash it.
It's that in a warehouse somewhere or somebody's kitchen. Just wash your stuff.
That's right, wash it.
Wash your stuff like you wash your hands, frequently and well.
And even for dishes that you haven't used in a while, I wash them. Yeah, they were clean when I put them away, but it ain't going to hurt no one to have them clean again.
Y'all... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's COVID time, so you want to make sure things are extra clean.
For sure.
Wash your hands, wash your dishes, wash your vegetables. Just wash it all.
This mashed potato salad smells so good. I'm pretty sure it is going to change my life.
That's
I really
awesome.
feel that might happen.
That's awesome.
I feel like we made it right, y'all.
I've only had mac and cheese change my life, so I'm anxious to see how potatoes can make such a bold claim.
Oh, for sure they can, though.
I don't know.
I don't think you've had the right potatoes then.
Now that is often true.
This looks incredible. Now, my friend Jordan, I did ask him specifically because one recipe that Gerald David found said to refrigerate this for at least an hour before serving. He said his Memaw served it warm.
Yes,
and
which is what I instinctively thought was right.
Personally, I think that it's going to be a little bit better warm than completely refrigerator cold.
That's how I feel.
For
I might
sure.
add a little salt and pepper to it.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't really do that to taste as much.
If you wanted to do that, you could.
For sure.
Boom, because I know that will be very, very delicious.
And I'm going to remix this, guys, so don't just leave your spices sitting on top, because that's not...
Remix what?
The mashed potatoes. I'm just going to mix the salt and pepper in.
That makes sense. That way it's not the first people that get all the salt and pepper.
You can kind of do a little layer on top of the pepper just for looks if you want to add a little bit of color.
You definitely can. So do you think those lived up to the Memaw reputation? You think Grandma's looking down smiling?
I mean, if they didn't, like, they came really close, because that is phenomenal.
2020's been hard enough. We can't have an ancestral curse.
And I am so glad that Jordan, because again, never heard of mashed potato salad ever in my life. And I grew up in the South, y'all. Like, I'm not from, like, someplace where that would not be a thing, but it is incredible.
Oh, this looks great.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this, y'all.
So now you guys have in your paint palette, your tool bag, in your arsenal of Yum Yum, 3 delicious, very, very carbohydrate heavy, so that means they're awesome. Side dishes. Side dishes. Take to your family. They got the turkey, they got all this stuff. We could have taught you how to cook that, but like we would have filmed for 9 hours, and it's like, do you really want to hang out with us for that long?
You do, but we were tired, so.
No, that's true. It's already so hot doing 3 sides. I definitely see what really people sacrifice when they're hosting Thanksgiving, when they have everyone over, you know. And we appreciate that. So, you know, if you can potluck it and take some of that burden off, you got Memaw's
mashed potato salad.
Yummy.
Thank you, Jordan.
You got nothing special, mac and cheese.
3 cheese mac and cheese, little special.
Well, a little bit, we forced 3 cheese. We almost forgot that one.
You made the cheese sauce from scratch, so like,
true.
Give yourself points for that.
True. Man, you got through the roux. True.
You did.
That's me rhyming. See? Aren't I playing?
Oh.
Then we have these. Not 12, but 9. So just ignore. It's not lesser than.
And not bacon. Only cheddar and jalapeno cornbread muffins.
By the end, I usually have it right. Jalapeno cheddar muffins, cornbread muffins.
There you go.
I'll get it right tomorrow when we're not filming. All right, y'all. Kitty, if you'll pick up a dish, I'll pick up a dish.
I can pick up 2 dishes.
Can you? Here, no, let's both pick up this one. We won't
Okay.
drop it. No, hold it in the middle and you grab that one.
I know.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was doing. I was just making sure.
Look, symmetry.
I feel like we're being... We should have practiced.
I know, right? We don't know. This is hard. I'm trying to bring it closer. We'll hold it over. Because I just want to get nice, good. Look at that. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And the yellowness of the potatoes does make it look like potato salad.
Yeah,
the eggs.
it does.
It does. You can tell. You can look at this and tell this ain't normal mac. This is not normal.
My wrists are getting tired.
Memaw mashed potatoes. There we go. Boom.
Thank you.
Boom. Thank you guys for watching. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. This is our 22nd episode. Woot woot. Thanksgiving holidays around the corner. We appreciate your support. Check out our merch. Check out our socials. Check out our videos. Like, subscribe, do all the things. It does matter. It is you making a very tiny difference, but you are making a difference. And it makes you special to me. Come be a super fan. Know what that's like. All right, you guys. We love you. It's 2Aprons.
Love you. Thank you, Dave.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
don't know. Yeah, I don't.
I know.
Yeah, no butter.
It's hard.
No butter.
I know.
Yeah, no butter.
So you're gonna add the vinegar and you're gonna add the mayo.